Yeah. So, hello everyone. Good morning and good evening. So yesterday we have discussed the demo class. So what are we going to cover in this? So we have discussed that, and today we are going to discuss what are the softwares is required to start with main stack development, right? We're gonna start with Angular, Express.js, Node.js, MongoDB, and also let's uh, install and set up all the softwares, and then from the next class we're gonna start the actual development. Okay, so for this, one that people are joining. Yeah, let me open a notepad. Okay, so what softwares we have to install is software installation. Okay, the very first one what you have to install is Notepad plus plus. This same what software I'm using, that's Notepad plus plus. So why Notepad plus plus is if you want to just see the code of existing project or something, if you want to just only you want to take some notes or something, you can just install of this. So it is just far better than your regular Notepad. Okay, so suppose I just give an example. Suppose um, suppose you have a file, so you want to see the source code of it. Okay, you can just use this like this. So not actually for development, just to verify what is that source code, just to see that. Okay, or you can take some online notes using this. Okay, after you install Notepad plus plus, we are going to install editor. So this editor is a software where you can write a source code. We can develop a project and coding. You have a choice here. You can use any of a software. You have like Visual Studio. You can use Visual Studio Code, or you can use WebStorm, STORM. It's an IDE, and you can use brackets, or you can use Atom, or you can use Sublime Text. But Sublime Text is very lightweight. Don't use that. It's just like text editor. Nothing, no much features and all. Yeah. So I strongly recommend Visual Studio Code or WebStorm or Brackets or Atom, except this one. Or you can use uh, what do you call something from Adobe is there, no? That also you can use it. Okay. So here in this class, I'm going to explain how to install this one and this one. Okay, and mostly we'll be using this one. Okay, WebStorm IDE. So WebStorm IDE is license one. You can use that for 30 days free of cost, and then you have to update the license. First, as of now, we'll install it, and then updating license, I'll let you know what you have to do. Next, after editor, you have to install a Node.js, and after install Node.js, let's install TypeScript, and after that, you have to install something called Angular CLI, and next, you have to install MongoDB in the local, and as well as MongoDB in the cloud. Okay, these are actually the softwares required, and along with this, we also need uh, Insomnia or Postman. What this is to test the backend API, the REST API. If you want to test, we need these two. Okay, these are the REST API clients. Okay, so as of now, this software is required. So first, let's start with this one. This is quite simple, right? Okay, so let me start with Notepad plus plus. So I can go to Google. So here you can just type Notepad plus plus. Okay, and this is the login, and you can see uh, the official logo here. Like just click on downloads. Yeah, this is the downloads page. So here you can, yeah, there are a lot of versions are there. You can choose the latest version. Okay, here you have a choice of again Windows 32-bit and Windows 64-bit. So as per your operating system, you can choose the version. Okay, so if you want to know that, you can simply right click on your computer. I think it's mine here. You can right click on your PC properties. I think you can check like this. Yeah, system type is mine 64-bit operating system. So I have to install 64-bit, this one. So in 64-bit, you have again choice here. So you can select the direct installer. If you just click on this installer, it will download one .exe file. So we can directly install. So zip file you have to extract and install. That's the second step. So let's try with installer. Okay. So now it's downloading. Okay. So let me open that. Yeah, it is like this. Okay. Let me run this. Okay. Next. I think 1 minute. Mm, Give me 2 minutes. I don't want to see this. Okay, fine. Yeah, where we are. Okay, here. Yeah, you get this wizard, and you can just click on agree, and then you have to install in the same location program files Notepad++, and click on next. Um, Choose components. Nothing. Just click on next and create desktop shortcut. Yeah, if you wish, you can check. Click on next. Install. I got the error because I'm already running this Notepad++ because this is what it is, Notepad++. So I can uh, close that and then retry. So it's trying to install and run Notepad++. Okay, fine. Okay. So that's it. You got on your screen desktop Notepad++. You can use that for taking any running notes. Okay. Next thing is we have to install a Visual Studio Code or WebStorm. So let's start with VS Code. So this is free software. Lifetime you can use it for free. How to install is you can go to Google. Here you can type same Visual Studio Code. Yep, this is the code.visualstudio.com, and this is the official website, and this is given by Microsoft Corporation, and you can just click on this link code.visualstudio.com. Here, yeah, it looks like this. Okay, you can add any of plugins and the source code and all looks like this, and you want to download this one. So download for Windows. If you have any other platforms, you can just click on other platforms like Mac or Linux, whatever. You can just select the other platforms over here. So for me, it's Windows, so I can just click on download for Windows. Yeah, it's getting downloaded. So around some 54 MB. Yep. So it is now downloaded. So you can just go to the downloads folder and you can refresh. Yep. So this is the logo. You can just right click and open or double click. You can do. Okay, just double click on that. This one. So here you can just accept the license and click on next, and yeah, it's going to install in the C drive users. Never change the path, okay? Just keep it in the same location and click on next, and it will create a desktop shortcut menu. Yeah, it's okay, and click on next, and here create desktop icon. Yeah, I need to have a desktop icon. Just check this, and add open to the code action, register support files. Okay, you can check all. You can just all this and click on next, and then click on install. Okay, so it's done, and you can launch it. Let's see how it looks like. Yeah, so this is VS Code. This is VS Code, and you can create a project and new files and all this, add workspace and everything. Fine. So nothing much here. Once you start development, we'll see that. And as of now, just close it. Okay. Next, WebStorm. So WebStorm also is an option. So mostly we are using this WebStorm IDE. So you can install this from the official website. That is, you can go to Google. You can search for WebStorm IDE, and yeah, this is a logo, and this is C, the smartest JavaScript IDE by JetBrains. So this having huge collection. JetBrains is having a huge collection of IDEs like IntelliJ IDEA. This is used for Java, and this is for PHP, and PyCharm. This is used for the Python development, like that. So this is mostly used for UI development. You can just open this JetBrains slash WebStorm. Here you can see, so 30 days trial version is there. You can just click on a download. So just install as of now for 30 days. I tell you how to extend that to the for the next coming days. Okay. um yeah, it's downloading. Okay, but meanwhile I have to install some of the softwares because I have already in my system. So my plan is I can uninstall some of the softwares. One is Insomnia, but I was using it for the project because for the next batch 7 a.m. I'm using the project, so I can I okay, let's keep it. If I uninstall, all my settings will go, so I just keep it as it is. I'll just show you the installation. No worry. Okay, fine then. Yeah, it's downloaded 2020. Okay, you can again go to the folder. You can just refresh. Come on, yeah, this is simple. You can install it. Okay, you can just right click, run as administrator, or you can double click, whatever. Okay, you get the installation um, like a permission. You can just click on yes, and this one. Yep. Yeah, you get this setup wizard. Just click on next. It's quite simple. Click on next, and here, yeah, make sure you install this with the program files itself. And some people will choose like D drive or something. Don't choose that. You can choose only C with the program files. Okay, so best place to install a software. and click on next. Okay, so here you can choose the launcher. It means if your system, as we discussed, system is 64-bit or 30-bit. So my system is 64-bit, so I can just select 64-bit and update the context menu, just add it and create association. Yeah, you can just check all the files and download install 32-bit not required, because if you select 32-bit you need this one. If you don't select, it's not required. And this is also not required because if you select, you have to restart the system. But if I restart my system, all my connections and all will go. You have to join again. So I'll just leave it off. You can, no problem if you don't select, also no issue. So these things, 64 bits, add open Poltas projects and association. That's it. Accept this and this too. So click on next. Anyway, I'll be sharing this video so you can install this yourself, and then click on install. So it takes some time. Okay, let's wait for it. So this is actually made in Java. It's a desktop application, so it's made in Java. Because why I'm saying Java is we can find more of jar files, .jar. That's a Java array. Come on, it's a huge software. It takes a lot of time. Okay, so before that, I will just tell you what's the difference between VS Code and WebStorm ID. Okay, so this VS Code, the brackets, the atom, the Sublime text, so everything as comes under editor. Okay, they all call editor except WebStorm. So WebStorm is called as IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment. Okay, so what's the difference between the editor and the IDE is, for editor, it the software install will come with very few plugins. Plugins like very basic functionalities can be available with that installation. If you want to extend the functionality, suppose you wanted to use the Angular project, you want to use the React project, and you want to connect with the Node and the live server, right? For all this you have to install a lot of other plugins. Okay, so this will come with a basic version for all this. And if you want to install, I mean, if you want to extend the functionality and extend the languages support, you must have to install extra plugins for them. Okay, so what about this WebStorm is, this is IDE, Integrated Development Environment. So this supports almost 15 plus languages, and almost every plugin is there. So a simple difference between these all and this WebStorm is, this is fully loaded. Okay, like this is like a basic car. This is top end. Okay, and here you have to do extra fitting. Here not required. It is automatically from the showroom is coming with all the fittings. Okay, so no need to install the plugins. You can install plugins as well, but this is fully loaded, something more than editor. Okay, fine, and yeah, so it is installed. You can select the run WebStorm and click on finish. So it's going to open WebStorm 2020. Yep, come on. My system is slow or what? Um, oh, it's still doing it. Yep. Wait. So it'll be taking some time, I hope, because it's still not even. Yeah, it's came. Okay, so here What to do? Yeah, do not import settings. Don't import any settings, just click on OK, and then it's going to start. Okay, so you get this. Here you have to select which theme you want. You want light theme or dark theme. I mean, in the morning we'll use this, and in the night we'll use this. I mostly use the dark theme. Don't worry, we can change this later. Okay, after you install also you can change that, and simply you can do like this button, skip remaining and set default. Okay, I hope now it starts. Yeah. So here it is asking for activation. Don't activate as of now. I have a key with me. I'll give you the key once 30 days is finished. Okay, but meanwhile you can just select evaluate for free option and click on evaluate. Okay, so if you just select for evaluate for free, it only works for 30 days. And don't worry, by the time you pay the fee, right? So I'll give you the license. You can use that. Okay, that you can use for lifetime. Okay, so install that. Where is that? I don't know. It's a huge software, so it will be a bit slower. Okay. You get this, and now it's time to start the web store. Here, nothing to select. Just click on create projects, and see these many projects you can develop. You can develop Angular CLI project, Angular JS, Bootstrap, Cordova, HTML5, Meteor, and all this React Native, Vue.js, and all this, right? And you can just click on create. Don't change any path or something. Anyway, we are not creating any projects, just dummy project. Just click on create empty project. Okay, so this is your WebStorm IDE. Okay, you can use this, but here you have to do a very few settings. What type of settings is, I tell you. First, let me create one basic HTML here, and then I tell you how to what type of settings you have to do. See, you want to create any HTML here, right click new HTML. Okay, so you can just give something called index.html. Okay, see here the source code is very little font size. So if you want to increase the font size, you can go to the file, because I told right, mostly we use this software. So let's make more settings. So if you want to increase the font size here, you can just click on a file and settings. Okay, so here editor, like this you have a lot of options. You can just click on editor. In that you can just click on general, no, font. You can click on font. Yeah, here it was 13 font size. You can just make it some 23. Okay, and also you can change the font. I don't like this font. Okay, you can change that to something called source code pro. So this is an ultimate font, because I like it. Yeah, see now it's far better. You can read the code. And one more thing is, sometimes I use less font size and sometimes I use more font size. If you want to change the font size on the flow, right? If you want to do that, you have another setting. Like if you click on the editor and general, there is an option called change font size with mouse wheel. Okay, if I can select this option, you can change the font size with your mouse wheel. You can just press the control button and just move on the mouse wheel, so it's automatically increase or decrease the font size. So if I can say, see, I press the control and say it's going less font size, more font size. So how much you wanted, you can just keep it. Okay, this is very handy. You can use that. Along with that, I need another installation required. What is that is, suppose I create a folder called something called router. Okay, this empty folder, just create it like this. If I create another folder called models, it is like this. Suppose I create one. JavaScript server dot .js. It is like this. And wait, why I'm creating? I tell you, I create app dot .js like this. Yeah. So here we have just very basic folders and the basic file icons. Okay. The very first thing now extra is icons. So I don't like these icons. I wanted to make a nice icons here. If you wanted to get some rich icons to indicate, the icon itself will indicate what is that. Okay, even the folder. Okay, so for that you can install one separate plugin. I tell you how to install a plugins in the WebStorm. You can just click on a file, go to settings, see the folders, very very dark color folder. I don't want that. I want some rich colorful folders based on the name. Okay, so how to get that is you can just click on plugins. Here you can search for any plugin. I use mostly material icon. Yep. So if you type material icon, you get this first option, atom material icons. So this one I will be using. So this contains a rich collection of files and is most trusted one. So many downloads for this, almost 7,000 or 700k downloads. Yep, you can use this metal icon. Just click on installer. Okay, so you have to accept that, and but after that you have to restart um, installer. Okay, yep. Oh, no restart required. See, automatically all the folders has changed. See, models has changed with this and this one app server HTML. Yeah, like this. So you can easily identify what it is, right? And suppose you create one package.json. Um, See, you get a package.json from npm icon like that. Okay, so this is one you have to install. That's it. Okay, and yeah. So now we don't need this. Let's close it, exit. Yep. So now we are done with editors and quickly starts with Node.js. So we have to install Node.js. So Node.js, you can go to the Google again, type Node.js. Yep. Here, this is the official logo of Node.js and this official website, nodejs.org. Just click on Node.js. Here, oh, Black Lives Matter. Uh, okay, this is US this thing. Okay, so here you have two versions. See 12.18 and 14.5. I strongly recommend go with 12.18 because this is still in development. They do a lot of changes for this, so this is recommend for most of the users. Yep. So for Windows developer, you can just click on this button directly. If you have anybody Linux or Mac, you can just select this other downloads. Select that. Yep, you get all Mac and Linux. So here you have to choose again 64 or 32-bit for Windows. For Windows, you have two options again, MSI and zip file. So I recommend MSI file. So Microsoft installer directly. You can install the file directly. So in this, I select 64 bits. Select it. So it's gonna download the file 18 MB. Yep. Um, Let me still downloading. Download is not confirmed. Watch. Okay, show in folder. I know where is the folder. Downloads. Refresh. Yep. So you got like this Node version 12.18. So you can just again double click on this. Okay, you get the installation wizard like this, and here you have to click on next. But please wait while setup wizard is prepared. Okay, so it is looking for the your space in your system. Okay, do we have the required space? Is computing the space requirements. So after some time you get it just enable the next button. This is also quite simple. Just click on next and finish. Um, let's wait for some time. Oh, still waiting for. Okay. Yeah, yeah, you got this. And click on next and accept license. Click on next, and you must have to install the program files as it is. Don't change the path and click on next. Click on next. Yeah, this is very important. Tools for native modules. Anyway, we are not using any of the native module, and don't check this one. If you check, it will install all unnecessary files for Python, C++, and all this. We don't need them actually for our development, so don't check this. Okay, and just click on next, and then click on install. Oh, sorry. I just exit from here because I have already Node.js. Okay, cancel. Close, man. Okay, you can just install it. You get the after installation, you get the finish button. Just click on finish. Okay, it's gonna stop that. What's happened? Can actually close that. Not closing. Fine. So once you have installed the Node.js, you have to check the version because you have to cross check the Node.js has installed or not. See, for example, if you install Notepad, you have opened the Notepad and check is it there or not. And for editor, you have opened the software and you have seen that. But what about Node.js? So can we open? So you get the finish like this. Just click on finish. For Node.js, we can't see the Node.js software or something like visual like this. We have to check the version from the backend. Only the command prompt you can visualize this. So how to verify that Node.js has installed in my system is you have to open the command prompt and enter some commands to check that. After you done with the Node.js, you can open command prompt cmd. So here you can just say node space hyphen v enter. See, I got the version 12.14. That's okay. You'll be getting the current version 12.18. I'm using bit old version. That's okay, no problem. So you need to get at least one version. So it says that Node.js has installed successfully. Okay, by seeing this version, you understand Node.js has installed successfully. So along with the Node.js, you get another package that's called Node Package Manager. So which allows us to install any other third-party modules along with Node.js. So to check the version, you can just say npm space hyphen v enter. So you get Node Package Manager version that is 6.13. Fine. You get the different version. Don't worry. This is Node.js version. This is npm version. Fine. So if you get these two checks, that's done. So Node.js has successfully installed. Fine. Once you have installed Node.js, now we are ready to install TypeScript and Angular CLI. So TypeScript, how to install is you can go to Google. Using Node.js only, we can install TypeScript. No other option. So if you can type TypeScript, yep, this one. So the website is typescriptlang.org. So TypeScript is given by the company called Microsoft, but they are not mentioned here. Okay, let's see. Okay, and TypeScript 4 beta version is available. Fine. Okay. Uh, what happened? Yeah. This is the official website of TypeScript. And if you want to install, you can just click on a download. So see, you don't have any direct download file or something. You can just install using this command. Okay, so npm, the Node Package Manager, using the Node.js, you can install. So just only with the commands you can install. Npm install -g in the global TypeScript. Let me do that quickly. So you can just copy that, open any command prompt or terminal, anywhere you can install this. So you can just paste it, npm install -g TypeScript, the same like this, and enter. So this is going to download the required files for the TypeScript and install in your system. Okay, so that's it. You got installed. And once you install, you can check the version. So I did CLS, that's a clear screen, just Windows command. Okay. So once you install the TypeScript, you can actually what you can check the version. So TSC TypeScript compiler space minus V, enter. Okay. So TSC hyphen V. Uh, so you enter, you get the version 3.9.7. That's the current version of TypeScript. But they are saying that four version beta is available, but not actual releases happen. So anyway, you can use this, no issue, because we have only this option to install, right? Okay, fine. So once you install a TypeScript, what is next? Angular CLI, yeah. So this is one command line interface. So using this, we can create all the folder structures and the complete Angular project we can create using this Angular CLI. So this one command line interface, which is given by the Angular itself. So before that, we have to install this Angular CLI. I tell you where can we get that. Everything goes to Google. Just type Angular CLI. Okay, just type it. Yep. If you type Angular CLI, you get the website cli.angular.io. Open that. Yep. So this is Angular CLI. So you have instructions here. Npm install -g at angular slash CLI. So using this command again, npm again. So before you install TypeScript and Angular CLI, you must have to have Node.js ready. Okay, because these two can only be installed with Node.js. So first install Node.js and then go with this. But these things Node.js not required. Okay, but these are dependent on Node.js. Fine, and even MongoDB and all also depend on Node.js. Fine, and where is the command? Yeah, the command is npm install -g at angular slash CLI. Okay, so let's try this. Uh, Let me try the same. Npm install -g at angular slash CLI. Enter. So this is the remaining commands is to create the actual Angular application. As of now, I'm not creating any Angular application. Sir, you include TypeScript classes also? Yes. Okay. I think it takes some time. Okay, so before that, Node.js how to test. I mean, know how to check node space -v to check the version. And for TypeScript, how to check is TSC space -v. And Angular CLI, how to check is you can say ng Angular space -v. I think hyphen version. Okay, let's try. Um, Installing. See Angular CLI 10.0.3. So Angular 10 version it is. Okay. So once you're done with this, just clear screen and you can check the version, that is ng-v. Oh, it's giving the commands. Not commands. I want ng space hyphen version. Yep. So the command is not that. Yes, correct. ng hyphen version. Okay, you have to type this command to check the what CLI install and what Angular language supports. Uh, what is the number it supports. Okay, what release it supports. See, if you enter this ng hyphen version, you get this Angular CLI, and here, okay. So it is like this, and your own Node.js version, your OS version, and here you can check Angular 10.3. If you can see this 10.3, it means yes, you have 10.3 version of Angular. Okay, you can use this. Fine. And for Ionic, we have to install it separately. Anyway, we'll see the Ionic in the last. So as of now, not required. Okay, so that's enough with Angular. And now let's start with MongoDB. Before I start with MongoDB, I wanted to install this Insomnia and Postman. So these two is to test the REST API backend software. To test the backend REST API, we need these REST clients. You can use either one. I show you the both Postman and Insomnia. Um, First, let's start with Postman desktop app. You can select Postman desktop app. This is the official website. Yeah, this one, postman.com/downloads. Yeah, here you can just click on download for Windows, and any other versions you can just select. I hope only for Windows it is. Yeah, not OS. Yeah, Mac OS, Linux is here. Okay, this is for Windows. For Mac OS it is here, and Linux it is here. And you get this here. You can just enter the URL of server, and you can test the data, if the data is coming or you're getting errors. Everything you can test over here. You can even submit a form data and everything here. Okay, so how to get this is just click on download. Yeah, Windows 64 bit is around 87 MB. So huge software again. Okay. Yeah, it takes some time for download. And meanwhile, let's also download the Insomnia. It also comes in the same category of software, like VS Code and WebStorm. Both are for software development, and these both are for test the backend REST API. Okay, so meanwhile, failed. How come? I have internet now. 2 minutes. Why got failed? Okay, let me download again. 64 bits. Okay, it's there, but still, I don't know. Okay, let's um yeah, it's downloading. Let's keep it. Okay, so meanwhile, let me install the Insomnia desktop app. Yeah, this is the official website, insomnia.rest. You can open that. Okay, so this is the Insomnia logo and all this. So you have two versions. You have Insomnia Designer and the Insomnia Core. We can start with the this core. So there's a desktop API client for this API and GraphQL everything. So you can just click on this Insomnia Core, and here Insomnia Core for Windows. Other OS you can select other Windows, other downloads. You can just click on Insomnia Core for Windows. It download that, and meanwhile our Postman has downloaded. You can go to downloads folder. Yeah, this is the Postman, and this is still downloading Insomnia. So Postman, how to install is quite simple. Just double click and next. Let's try. Double click on that. Where's went? Uh, Postman, come on. Okay, I think it's doing the internal settings. I think something has opened, that is Postman. Yeah, installing Postman. So, okay, for Postman Insomnia, nothing to do. Like next, it seems it will install by itself. Just double click and just keep it. It will take care about all installation process, and you get directly the software. No much customization. Um, It wait for some time. Come on. Oh, nice animations. Yep, directly the software has opened. This is the Postman software. If you can open this, you get this. You can this side you can create your projects. Okay, your project workspace and what type of requests. So I have various requests. So I was using already. So it is just got my previous existing requests like get all employees, get request, put request, post request, and the URLs and all. First of all, you install, you won't get all this. Just you get empty blank page. That's okay, fine. When the time comes, we will see what are the options and everything. But as of now, it's not required. So once you open this successfully, that's fine. You can just close that off. And let's start with Insomnia again. If you go downloads folder, I hope it's downloaded. Yeah, this is Insomnia. Same story again. This is also just double click. It will take all its installation process by itself. I don't know MongoDB. Don't worry, if you don't know MongoDB, we are learning here. All Node Express MongoDB we will learn here. Okay, don't worry. Fine. It's a course content here. Yeah, same story again. You get the Insomnia has opened here, and I got the previous requests. Okay, the shopping cart website. So yeah, that's it. You will get the empty blank here. So if you can open the software again, that's installed successfully, right? You can just close that. Okay, so now let's start the final one, that is MongoDB local and MongoDB cloud. So this is database. You can install the local version and the cloud version. So local version you can use on your in your laptop or desktop. So cloud means you can connect from anywhere, okay, from the globe. So how to get this MongoDB is, go to Google again. Okay. So here you can just type MongoDB. Okay. So this is the official, logo of and it's a website. Okay. And you can just click on that MongoDB.com. Okay. Here, way to download. They keep changing this website, every time. So these many companies are already using the MongoDB. Okay. Google, Intuit. This is the highest paying company packages. Yeah. So how to download is, you can go to the software, just hover on the software, and here you can select something called community server. Okay, this is a free version. Just select the community server, free and open source. Yeah. In this, nothing. Yeah, here right side. Available downloads, you have a version. Don't select automatically, select the current version, and platform you have to select is a Windows or Mac or Linux, whatever. So for me, default Windows. And package, just select MSI file, direct installer, Microsoft installer. And so based on operating system, this will change automatically. Okay, the most preferred one. So if you select Mac OS or something, you will get something else. So okay, done. So once you have done with this, just click on a download. So it will be downloading shortly. Okay, it's around some 264 MB. Okay, it's again a huge software. Fine. So today only software installation, and this is the last software we're going to install. And tomorrow actually no class, Sunday no class, and freshly will start from Monday. Okay, so Monday to Saturday we'll have class. Every Sunday will be holiday. And in case if I take any holiday in between, okay, for some reason, Sunday will be the class. Okay, because we have to cover in that way. But mostly no leaves in between. But if any rare case, then will that will cover in Sunday. Okay. Fine. So I got downloaded and I can go to the folder, refresh. Yeah, MongoDB like this. You can just double click. Okay. What's doing? Preparing to install. Yeah. You get this wizard. Again, same story, but small changes are there inside. I'll tell you. Click on next here and accept license agreements. Click on next and yeah, here complete or custom installation. Just click on complete installation and service configuration. Don't change anything. Its default is correct only. You get the folder structure in in program files location. Just keep as it is, no change. Click on next. Yeah. This wizard is very important. So in this, install MongoDB Compass. What is MongoDB Compass is this is a GUI environment to visualize the data, like the all the table structures and everything you can visualize. So GUI environment. But this installation, if you select this, it will install this software along with MongoDB. But this was having some problems. Even I face. So what's my plan is we're going to install this Compass separately. Okay. So as of now, don't check this one. Okay, so make sure you don't check this. We're going to install the Compass in the last separately. Okay, uh, you can do that. Okay, so don't check this and click on next and then ready to install. Yes, install. I think I have already, but okay, just click on install. It will install the MongoDB and done. Okay, I'm just closing it because I have already. Okay, you get this wizard finish and just click on finish. So that will install a MongoDB. Fine. Once you install MongoDB, you have to check the version as well. Okay, sir, how to open my database? How can I see my data tables? Is you can open a command prompt. Okay, so you can open a command prompt. So in this, you can type the keyword called Mongo. Okay, once you have done with that, just type Mongo, enter. See, if you type this, I got Mongo shell version and it is connected to the database. This is your database URL and some service name and you got this. So it means if you got all this, it means successfully connected to MongoDB. You can write some commands like show DBs. So it lists out all databases available for my, okay, so I have a long list of databases, right? But sometimes for first time when you install MongoDB, you can't get this one. You actually get some error. What was the error is uh, Mongo is not recognized as internal or external command. You get the error. Okay. So how to resolve that error is you need to set the path. So I show you the practically how you get the error and how do you resolve the error. So first let me get the error. So wantedly I'm doing something to get the error. See in this path I can remove MongoDB. Okay. Okay. I don't have anything. Fine. If I can go to command line. Okay. Like Mongo enter. Yeah. So first time you get like this. Mongo is not recognized intellectual command. Okay. So how to fix this is you need to set the path. How to set the path is um, you just go to the installation folder of MongoDB and you need to get the path. So go to so where your MongoDB has installed is in your C drive, program files, MongoDB server 4.2 bin. So this contains all the binary files of MongoDB. So you need to go to this folder and you need to copy this address. Just keep a cursor here and copy this address. So this address you have to paste in the environment variables of your Windows. So how to set that is copy. Um, you need to this press the Windows key and search for env. Okay, this env you get this one, not this one. This is our project file. Yeah, this one. Uh, Edit environment variables for your account or system. You can select anything. So system environment variables or account environment variables. You can select the system environment variables. Yeah, here you get this wizard and here you can select the environment variables, and in this you select the path and click on edit. I'm showing in the Windows 10. Okay, in Windows 8 or 7 little difference but almost same. Click on edit. Yep. Here you need to provide all the environment variables path. So we need new one. So we already copied the path. So you can just create, just click on new button and paste. Okay. And don't give any comma or something here. Just bin up to bin, paste it. Okay. It'll be like clean like this. Okay. Fine. And once you paste it, click on OK and then OK and then OK. Done. Once you are done with that, you can just open a fresh command prompt because this existing command prompt will not detect the changes. So close that, open a fresh command prompt and now try Mongo. So once you do that, see you didn't get the error. Okay. So you can just also check one command, show DBs. You get all list of DBs, but you won't get all these DBs. You get admin and the config and local. So these three databases will come by default, and these all you have to create. When time comes, I tell you how to create and all. Okay, fine. So that's about MongoDB local. Let's start with MongoDB cloud. Okay, so how to connect to the MongoDB cloud database. Okay, so you need to do a lot of settings in the cloud. So let's start with cloud. Um, some people are asking something. Okay, so for cloud, what you have to do is uh, no installation for cloud, but you have to do some configurations in the cloud. So that is, you can just go to Google. This is the last one. Okay, just wait for 10 minutes. It will be finished. Yeah, here you can type MongoDB Atlas. MongoDB Atlas. That is the cloud. Okay, so just click on MongoDB Atlas. You get this. Here you have to register first if you don't have an account. If you already have an account, you can sign in. Okay, so click on try free and you can register like this, or you can log in. Okay, you can just here or here. Anyway, just click on login. You can try with your Google, but I have my email ID. This was my old email ID. Don't send any mails to this one. This I was not using mostly. Yeah, so you have to if you don't have an account, you can just sign up. Otherwise, you can log in like this. Click on next, password. Okay, so once you log in, you get MongoDB Atlas with all the clusters. Okay, you get like this. Here on the top left hand side, you can choose any workspace, any project. Okay, let's create a new project. Okay, let's click on new project. So this I'm taking as Angular. Come on. Yeah, new project name. That's Angular 10. Okay, Angular 10. Okay, some name you can give anything. Let's click on next. Okay, and then you can, so your email will be the project owner, and you can just click on create project. You can just click on create project. I'm getting some chat. Okay, so you get like this. Okay, so once you create a project, you get the project left hand side, and you get this. So here you have to create a cluster. Click on build cluster. So here you have to select which one you wanted. Okay, so don't select this. You have to pay for an hour. Okay, some very few dollars. You can select this one. It's having a free cluster. You can just click on create a free cluster. Okay, so here you have to select the cloud partner. You can use AWS or Windows Cloud or Azure. You can use AWS, and you can choose even the location. So only these locations we have a free cluster, which is near to your location. Mine is in India. You can choose either Mumbai or Singapore. Okay, for easy for data transactions. So I select Mumbai, and tier is same. Just 512 MB storage will be given. Basic setup, and additional settings actually not required. uh, Cluster name, you can change. That's my Angular hyphen cluster. Okay, some name, and just click on a button called create cluster. So it's getting created. It will take some time, 1 to 3 minutes. Okay, so last thing is we have to do some little configuration, and then we have to connect the cloud from the local. Okay, that's the last one. Why we need MongoDB cluster to store our database, I mean our application data in the cloud, because in future we're gonna deploy our application to Google. So so that application has to work well even once you deploy to Google. So it has to connect to the cloud only, so it cannot connect to your local system from the Google deployed application. Okay, so for that it's required. Okay, wait, we today's class is just installation. Okay, so every answer of software will be given when we actually using it. Okay, because by this time if I tell you also, you can't, mostly you can't understand, because we have not used that really. Where can we use that? Okay, so just wait for that. Okay, um now how much time? Okay, meanwhile anybody having any questions, you can ask me, because it's taking them some time. You can ask me or you can chat me. Okay. Um, do we need
So,
to create an account for Postman? Not required.
Naveen, I have just one question.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, like we are like installing Angular 10, and
Huh.
as you know, like we have a lot of version, previous version from Angular 2 to Angular 10.
Hmm.
So, is there any like big difference? For example, I get a project to work on maybe Angular 6 or Angular 7. For example, the old projects. So,
Um,
is there any like some difference, or it's like mostly same?
Actually, from Angular 6 to Angular 10, not much difference.
Okay.
You can easily grasp it, but very few changes in architecture level, and some internal changes are there. But as a developer, we don't need to bother about those changes, because it's just quite same. If it is very, it's like around Angular 4 or Angular 2. There are some more changes are there as per the service creation and process creation. So that time they used to create a project using um, directly they will create the file structure, but from Angular 4 and all they got Angular CLI to
Okay.
create. Only those structural changes are there, but as per developer, few changes are there, but that you can easily grasp.
Okay.
Thing is, you have shortcut commands to easy the process. Suppose if you want to create a service in Angular, so you have a command, okay, ng the service you have to create. So direct commands is given, but earlier what they have to do is they have to write a complete boilerplate code by themselves. So flow and all everything same, and
Okay.
very minor changes, and that I hope nothing to bother. You will once you are done with Angular 10, and you can also work with the old versions as well. Okay,
Okay.
so don't bother about that. Not much changes.
Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah. From developer perspective,
Okay.
yeah. Will you upload this video in YouTube? Yes, of course, because this is the free demo today,
Okay.
and Monday also the free demo. From Tuesday onwards, you have to pay. So I will upload this. No worry. Yeah. Lastly, this be with me 5 minutes. Done. A cluster has created. Okay, and after that you have to do little changes, some configuration. What is that? Is first database access. Click on database access. So who can access your website, your database? So just click on add new database user. You can give some password. I give my password is same as my username. Okay, or else you can write like this. This password you must have to remember. Okay, so this is the password I given. Same username and same password. Okay, and click on add user. Okay, you got the user with the read and write access for database. You can even change later. And after you did database changes, you can do one last setting is network access. You can select network access. You can add an IP address. So from which IP address I can connect to this? You can give the current IP address or allow access from anywhere. It means current IP address means only from your laptop you can access that cloud. If you give the second option, second is button, so you can access from even office, and you can access from any, if you have system and you have laptop, so from both you can access the same cloud. So better choose allow from everywhere and confirm. So this is gonna give you the access permissions. It will do some changes inside. Yeah, so you get the active status, so that's fine. So finally we have to connect to the server. So how to connect to server is, you can go to the clusters, and in this it's doing still some changes. You can go to cluster, actually you have to click on collections, but it's still doing some changes it seems. Okay, I'll do one thing, I just click on connect. Yeah. Once you click on connect, you have multiple options. You can select with you can connect with MongoDB shell. That's your local command prompt, and from application from the any Node.js application or whatever, and connect with Compass. This is the software we have to install later. Okay, so now let's I just want to connect with my local command line. Just click on Mongo shell, and here they'll give you one address to connect Mongo and URL. So let me copy this. I go to Notepad and I'll paste it. Yeah. So they have not given a password. Okay. So this copy that whatever you have it here, just copy, open a command line. Yeah. So previously what we have type is Mongo, right? So now you just have to paste this thing and then enter. Database cannot resolve the characters. What? One second. I've copied as it is now. Oh, DB name. I think, yeah, DB name they have not given. You can just give any database name. You can just give some test as of now. You can change that later. Copy this. Back here, paste, enter. Yeah, it has a password. The same password as username I have given. So you can type. You won't get the dots or something. You can just type blindly. I type, enter. So it is connecting. Now it's got connected successfully to MongoDB Cloud. Okay, you get this Atlas Enterprise and all this. You can just say again show DBs, enter. So you got two databases, admin and local. Okay, so if you get this, yes, you have successfully connected to the cloud database. Okay, fine. This is about, I close it. So this is about the complete installation process of all the softwares. But only one software we are not installed is the MongoDB Compass. So that uh, we'll install. We're going to install later. Okay, and one more is Git. This also when we trying to deploy the application, then we'll install that. Okay, as of now not required. Okay, so these are the software installation, and don't worry, I'm gonna this video is getting recorded, so I'll be sharing this video in my YouTube channel. Okay, you can use that and you can install. Okay, and even Monday also free session, and Tuesday onwards I'll give you some different link to join for the paid people. Okay, and today I'll be sending you the bank details and even the payment methods so you can pay the amount so that it'll be easy for you to continue from tomorrow. Okay, and yeah, that's it. Any questions?
Hi, good morning, sir.
Yeah.
If any person for this course he only knows only UI, then what is the use of Node.js, Express.js for him?
Who to
Janigram,
whom?
sir.
Sorry, I didn't get.
Okay.
I
If
for
if
only
any
UI.
if any person knows only core UI like HTML, CSS, JavaScript,
uh,
Angular, or
uh,
React,
okay.
and what if you teach us the backend code Node.js, Express.js, then
Hmm.
what is the use of him?
What is the use of him?
What is the use for of him?
Backend.
That yes.
Actually, yeah, I'll clarify that because Angular is only for client side, right? Angular and React only for client side. But if you learn only client side, you can't really see understand the complete project flow because you must know so how server is working on because Angular has to connect to server. Okay, Angular has to store the records in database, so you must know at least the basic understanding, at least how server is working, how server code will be there, and how can they handle the request, and even to provide the form validation and even authentication, everything we need server. So without server we can't really understand how the Angular flow works. So, okay, for that reason we are learning Node, Express, and MongoDB, but not full-fledged. Okay, don't expect complete Node, Express, and MongoDB, but here main focus on Angular. Okay, but in support we are learning Node, Express, and MongoDB, and even in my channel I have created the Node.js tutorial. So that tutorial will explain deeper uh, about Node, Express, and MongoDB, but here we will learn what is required actually. Okay, so here this is dedicated course only for Angular, but this is required. Okay, if you know this backend technology, you can really understand the complete flow of Angular. So only for that reason we are learning it, and don't worry, we are not learning this Node, Express, MongoDB not completely because we are not focusing on that. Our focus is on Angular. Okay, that's like bonus for you.
Sir, from your YouTube courses, it is enough to learn Node, Mongo, Express.
Yes, exactly. You can. It's enough.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah. Any questions? Course duration is 45 to 50 days, and it means 90 to 100 hours. Okay, so from Monday onwards, it is 2 hours. Um, is this cover mean stack? Yes, it's a mean stack course. MongoDB, Express, Angular, and Node, but mostly focus on Angular. Okay. Fine. Live server, I tell you. You can watch any of my HTML or CSS video tutorial, then you can understand the live server. Okay, otherwise I have to open WebStorm again. It takes some time. Okay. Any question? Anyone? No. Okay, fine. So that's about installation. So I strongly recommend please go through this and please install all the softwares by yourself. And so once you're ready with all this, and we'll be start actual development. Okay. So from Monday we are starting the TypeScript. Okay. So first 4 5 days you're gonna learn TypeScript, and then we'll move on to the next module called Angular. Okay. So Monday we are starting a TypeScript, and wait. How much I have to pay? It's 5,000. I told right in the first class. Yep. Please teach core JS also like JS closure inheritance. Closures concepts and all we sorry we can't teach here because yeah, I will suggest one thing. Anyway, tomorrow is a holiday, right? You can brush up with JavaScript because that will be benefit for you. So what I strongly say is you can go to YouTube. You can just type my name here. Okay. If you type my name directly, you get this my channel. Here I created a dedicated playlist for JavaScript and all. If you just click on playlist, yep, here. This is yesterday's video. I given Angular 10. As soon as you open up my channel, you get this first video. And here I create this playlist for complete UI technologies. And here, see Node.js I have created dedicated for Node.js, and more videos has to come. HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. So anyway, tomorrow is a holiday, so you can brush up with the JavaScript. Okay, you can just simply watch these videos, and here I explain the closures, concepts, and every core JS concepts. If you familiar with JavaScript, no, it will be easy for you to understand or explore more on TypeScript. Okay, so just go with this, and if you have time, go with Bootstrap as well, because mostly when Angular starts, we'll be using Bootstrap components. So you can go with this. So they're all just free of cost. You can use that, and you can, learn from this. Okay,
Can you
fine.
provide me this YouTube link, Naveen?
That's very simple. You can just go to YouTube and type this name. You know my name, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just type name in the Google. You can actually type in Google also. Just open Google and type my name. Yeah, if you
Oh,
type my name, you get the GitHub account, but not channel. Okay, so type in Google, you get my GitHub account. It means
okay.
here I used to have the source code of all the courses. And in YouTube, type my same name, and this is the channel UI Brains Technologies channel,
Okay.
and these are the videos.
Okay. So
Okay,
it will take 30 to 40 days to cover the entire course, or I forgot. Like,
no,
actually, how many
45
days?
days, 45 to 50
40.
days, and
Okay.
each day 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay, and even one small plan is for every 1 hour, we'll take a just 2 to 3 minutes break. Okay, because
Okay.
you can't concentrate for whole 2 hours. So for every 1 hour, just 2 to 3 minutes break. Okay, in between you can ask some
Providing,
questions or something, and then we'll
you
continue the next.
will be
Okay,
providing
and
hands-on like examples to try
yes,
exercise.
yes, exactly.
Oh,
Every example is practical, and I'll do live coding, and you can stop me in between anywhere, and you can ask me the question. So how the flow, could you please explain again? I will definitely do that. And
oh,
one more thing I want to say is we never compromise on UI. Okay, because I didn't want even simple examples. I For every example I'm going to use Bootstrap and something rich examples you can find, and complete end to end, because I don't want simple example, because with the simple example you can't really understand the flow, or you can't really get the subject. So I wanted, it takes time also, but I will give you the full-fledged examples. Okay, fine. Any questions? If you want
so
to know
after
more about, if you want to know more about my teaching and all, you can just watch my previous videos like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Then you understand. I think this is a callback. I just give you one example. what I can teach is suppose like a playlist. Suppose if you take Ajax, okay, in Ajax, so we have environment setup. First, every second video, first video demo, second video will be environment setup. And here we have explained Node.js server creation, testing. So here I have done some employee portal application. So I can just show you what type of application we develop. It will be like this. This is an application actually. Yeah. So this application is a CRUD application. You can create, update, read, and delete. So lastly, I will be showing the demo. So like something rich will be there. So we never compromise on UI. Like we will getting the forms model. This is actually complete Ajax. And same this type of example also we'll see with Angular. Okay, and here I use Ajax and Axios and Fetch. Okay, so three different ways I showed the same example CRUD operation. So like this type of examples will be there. Okay, fine. And any question?
So is that instead of Bootstrap is any cover for Material JS?
Yes,
Material.
yes, we are using. I hope you had not joined yesterday.
No.
Okay, fine. So do one thing. I have. So we have already discussed. Based on your questions, I understand that you have not joined yesterday's class. Yeah. So yesterday this is the video. Okay, as soon as you open my channel, you get the first video is this one. So here I explain what is our training. So there we will be covering, of course, we will be covering. Where is my, not this one. Where's my PPT? Is this? Okay, so we'll be covering Angular material as well as this one Prime NG. Okay, so Angular component, Prime Angular components we'll be using. Along with that, we are using NGRX for state management, and we also use the Stripe payments and PayPal payments and Google authentication and complete. And lastly, we'll be developing the major project is e-commerce application. That's a full-fledged e-commerce application, and there we can do payments, the cart selection, everything. Okay, so that's a plan, complete real-time oriented.
So the course content, can you share that one, please? Or it is available in the YouTube?
Content, yeah, that's what I in this video you can. It is there here. All the slides I explain, and these are all basic examples, regular examples, and this is our this is the real pictures of our e-commerce application, the products and selection cart and all this. And so what technologies will cover is this server-side technologies will cover, and we also Angular fundamentals, and we discuss NGRX, and then like these many modules. I think I can show you the modules. Yeah. So these 7 modules are there in the course. First we'll start with TypeScript that starts on Monday, and then we'll start with Angular fundamentals. So that contains all the routings and everything. And then we'll start with NGRX, and then backend, and then Angular material, and then Prime NG, and then project, and then deployment. So TypeScript contains all these
Okay.
concepts. For Angular, as I said, Angular fundamentals, which contains the Bootstrap configuration to data binding directives, HTTP routing, validation, authentication, everything we'll see. And then we'll start with NGRX uh, connections and all, and then the database, because we need to learn database. So here we learn password encryption, this JSON token base and everything, and then we also starts with this one. This is Angular material, and after that we learn this one Prime NG. These both are just like a Bootstrap, but more rich components are there.
Mhm.
So those things, and then we'll see this project e-commerce, and but here is Bootstrap layout. Okay, you can use any of other, and these are the real images, and yeah, this is the information about the course. Okay, and
Okay.
lastly, I have given these integrations also. You can give Ionic. We will be developing one application using Ionic mobile application, and these are the extra the testing, unit testing, and Google login system integration and like that. Okay, you can just watch this video, you understand.
You'll be teaching
And
the karma also, the unit testing karma. Or
karma, as of now, I didn't plan. Let's see. Because
Okay.
actually, my plan is 45 days. I'll be covering all content what I have showed in this video. Okay,
Mhm.
and remaining 5 days is extra spare time. So this 5 days, these are the demand concepts. Demand concepts means on demand. So if you ask for, sir, I need this type of example. So based on your demand, I'll be covering those things in this 5 days. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then you can ask. Um, any question?
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay then. So thank you so much for joining, and so please do install all these softwares, and no class tomorrow, and Monday we will be joining and starting the TypeScript. And today I'll be giving you the mail who has joined today, and I'll be sending you the email for payments. So Monday onwards you can continue the course. Okay. So thank you so much and happy learning. Thank you. Wait, one last question. After completing course, can I keep 2 plus experience? No, not just two. You can keep 3 plus experience. 3 plus experience you can keep. Fine. Okay. So
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.